couple of months ago, I received an email from my contacts at Elegoo asking if I was interested in their Elegoo Jupiter. I was pretty excited. I looked at the specs on the website and was really happy what I found. This thing seems to be huge and has a lot of capability for production style 3D printing. So that got me to thinking what I should do with it. And then it actually arrived and was about twice as big as I thought it was. So that's one of those things when purchasing on the internet, it might look a bit smaller than it actually is. So this big crate actually arrived where the printer is packaged in, and it needs to be unpacked, and that is a pretty big task by itself. So let's get started with that. So with the packaging now removed, we can take a look at the actual printer itself, which is still pretty massive compared to the packaging it comes in, and kind of looks like a sized up regular size printer, even when looking at such things like the on-off switch, which is about twice as big as usual, and the other features too. So of course there's a couple of mandatory things we need to do first. And then also have a look inside, which of course contains a lot of things like the build plate, probably the power cord, and some of the other necessary items. So inside is a box with a couple of the necessary items. Like I said, this of course is for the power. This is an air cleaner, carbon filter of some sorts, a couple of things for the auto feed with the resin, of course. Some nice filters, a couple of gloves, various other tools, and I think this is some spare FEP sheet if you accidentally ruin the other one, of course, and some other stuff all around. The main build plate does give it away straight away. This thing can print some pretty huge things. On the inside there is also some interior lighting, which is a pretty good thing as it can get pretty dark with the fully enclosed sides and top and rear, of course. The door is see-through with a protective UV clear plastic, and there of course is still some protection here too, so that needs to be removed as well. The screen itself is a nicely responsive touchscreen. It responds pretty quickly and also has all the usual settings your regular 3D printer has as well, but then just a bit bigger than you're used to. It does have features like a tank clean, move the C, exposure, stop of course, and just manually moving the build plate up and down. So before we actually start leveling the bed, we need to install it. It is pretty big, so that does need to be done with 2 hands. And also remove the tank, same as the other things. It's pretty big, so that does need to be done with 2 hands. So on the main screen that actually projects the images that need to be printed, there is a clear plastic cover too, which needs to be removed before you start printing. The tape you see here around the edges does need to stay down and does not need to be removed. There are of course some instructions included for the leveling too. Simply just follow these. Be careful, take it step by step, and make sure you read everything twice just to be sure nothing goes wrong, because with a big printer like this, things can go wrong pretty quickly and will be pretty expensive. So before you start the leveling, you do need to loosen these 4 screws on all the corners here and make sure that this is not too tight so it still has some play up and down. Then you just simply place the leveling card, which is also the instruction manual for the leveling, on the screen itself and level the machine. Once it has reached the actual screen, be sure that there is a little bit of play here and the actual build plate is touching down on the screen firmly, and then you can turn all 4 corners tightly and make sure that it is nicely secured in place, and also tighten this one afterwards. With the leveling now complete and the bed tightly secured in place, you can just raise the bed again and then install the actual resin tank. On the resin tank itself, there is also a clear protective cover underneath the FEP sheet, so be sure to remove that as well. So in the box with accessories and necessities, there is also some strange looking caps, which are actually for on the resin bottles themselves. You can install this on the resin bottle, put it in the corner over there, and then just put it in place. This will be spring operated, and then open the resin bottle itself so it can auto feed the resin into the tank to make sure that it is always filled up properly and you don't run out of resin during a print, except when the actual bottle of resin is empty, of course. But during the print you shouldn't be running out of resin if you have enough in the bottle, and it keeps it nice and filled up all the time. There is a couple of spare ones in the box too, so if you run out of these, then you can just exchange them to a new color or a different bottle. That's pretty much all up to you. So with the printer now fully set up, you can pretty much just start loading your files and start printing. Now with a machine of this size, the things you can print are pretty much endless, with a limit some sort to the size, of course, but you can print a lot more and a lot bigger than you could with the other machines that I have shown you previously. Now what I would like to know from you guys is what you would like to see me print on this machine. I have a couple of ideas in mind. Of course, I could do a sort of production style video where I show an entire production process for a limited run of wheels, tires, body kits, and all that kind of thing. I pretty much just fill up the entire build plate here with all of the items and see how many things it can print at once. Also, I will be planning to do a lot more builds, full 3D printed kits. I have found various online, a lot of super cool guys are designing incredible kits that I really want to build in the future, and these can pretty much be printed on this printer at once. So the entire build plate will be filled up with pretty much all of the parts. Some kits have a bit more, some a bit less, but it will take a lot less time as the entire print bed can handle a lot more parts than your usual printer could. Now also, of course, for a sort of production style facility that I'm thinking of is adding a section to the website where you can order 3D prints. You simply just buy a file off of my site or send me some of your own files. I will calculate the price and then I can print these for you. And that is something you can, of course, do yourself as well if you buy one of these printers and actually want to make some money off of it, recouping the cost a bit and giving you a bit of work and some spare money too. So that is one of the ideas that you can use this one for, as well as it can simply handle a lot more parts and take less time. One of the other ideas I had in mind as well, I love movie props like helmets from Iron Man, maybe even Captain America or various other movies, Batman, Superman, stuff like that. That can pretty much be printed on this build plate as well in a full scale, and most of it in one go. So those are things that do make me really excited about these bigger printers becoming available to the mass market, and might be some good subjects for videos. So if you want to see stuff like that, me actually just 3D printing some props, painting and sort of building them in a way that would be cool for me as well, let me know if that is the kind of thing you want to see me do on this. If you have any other ideas, as always, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I will be leaving links to Elegoo as well if you're interested in purchasing this printer or maybe one of their other machines. For now, that's it, and you will be seeing much more of this printer in the near future. In the meantime, don't forget to check out my new web shop, thescaledmodelingchannel.com.